I'm Ben Poole for Finextra here at the World Retail Congress, and I'm joined now by Ted Iacobuzio, Vice President Global Insights at MasterCard, to talk about the Digital Evolution Index. So Ted, what is the Digital Evolution Index and what does it mean to retailers?
Well, the Digital Evolution Index is not what you'd think, because when people think of index, they think of rank ordering. And rank ordering is part of this, but it's really the least important part. What attracted us to the work that the Fletcher School at Tufts University had performed in developing the index was that it was an index, but it wasn't linear. It's about clusters of countries, in MasterCard lingo, markets, and what they have in common with each other, their trajectory and their rate of movement on the way to becoming a fully wired society. It's also interesting, to answer your question, it's also interesting to see that the index enables a user to look both locally and globally. So if I'm a retailer in France, if I'm Carrefour or something like that, I can look at the French market in particular, and I can look at the drivers in the French market, and I can decide how I'm going to configure myself in the French market. If I'm Carrefour and I'm looking at the whole world, which Carrefour does, of course, I can see where the opportunities lie. Who are the fast-moving markets? Who are the markets that have maybe developed in a digital way as much as they're going to do given the current state of technology. So it gives you the opportunity to look at individual markets and to look at markets on a global scale as well.
What are the main metrics that you use to assess digital readiness?
It's an algorithm. That's what generated the index. And so there are 4 variables to the algorithm, and there are a vast number of data points that roll up into each of the 4 drivers, we call them. So there's supply, demand, innovation, and institutions. Supply and demand are pretty self-explanatory. Innovation is not only technology, but the degree to which the capital markets have discovered the country, the degree to which there is a readiness to invest in that country, that kind of thing. And institutions is not just financial services institutions, it's also the political climate, the legal system, everything in the environment that would aid or retard the development of a truly digital society.
And which countries are moving the fastest towards digital readiness?
Well, you'd have to look at the way they're rank ordered, and that's where you'd see that Singapore is at the top of the list. But there are countries that you might expect to be at the top of the list that are not, in fact, and the reason for that, of course, is that they're mature. There's no place for them to go. We see opportunity in markets like Canada and Sweden as well, which are moving very quickly. So you say, well, what do you mean by markets like Canada and Sweden? They're very different markets. They are very different markets, and it's precisely in the details that you would find out what distinguishes them from each other and what are the common denominators that put them in that very important category.
Ted Iacobuzio, thank you very much.
Thank you.